Hey, they don't call it mechanical engineer's day off, it's preacher's day off. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I was down here monkeying around. I didn't feel like going back and getting a tractor. I thought surely 1,000 cc's I can pull this thing 250 yards. Surely. What could go wrong? Stick around, let's find out. I know not one single subscriber doubted me in this video. I know every single one of you said, "Preacher, that's going to work like a champ." Here's my problem. I could pull it till that caught, and I moved about 5 inches and I felt myself hit a stump and the rope broke. That was my fear because the edge of the sheet metal was right there. Well, that's the reason you saw me flip it over. On this side, the sheet metal's folded down, so it's not sharp. I'll show you. There's my first strap try. There's where it cut into the sheet metal, and that's sharp. That'll cut it. The bottom side is like this side. It folded down, so that's why I'm able to pull it. We're gonna get going and hope that we don't hit a big stump. The rope's doubled. That wasn't good. What's that I hear? "Preacher, I told you so." Yeah, you may have. Let's see what we can do. I think it wore out right where it goes under the sheet metal. I think I can tie this back some form or fashion. And I only got to go another 70 yards maybe. Ain't no sense in sitting down there on my hands and knees inside that thing trying to tie this. Just bring it up here. Now, I was in the Air Force, not the Navy, so I don't know how to tie knots and stuff. That wasn't part of our mission. But what little bit of time I listened in the Boy Scouts, I learned to tie a square knot. I'm telling you, you could rope wild cattle with this right now. I'm not going to chance it. I've left cameras sitting on the back of trucks and vehicles before. I'm going to go ahead and turn y'all off and put you in the cab, because I've driven off and left them before. You and I both know it would be boring to watch me come down here in a big cab tractor with the air conditioner on, radio playing, slide 2 forks in, pick this up, move it, set it down. That would be boring. You want to see the preacher fail. You guys thrive on my failed attempts, and hey, look, at my size, I need the exercise. So let's see what happens this time around. Here we go again. This is pretty close to where I want to be. I still wanted to go about another 10-12 yards, but once I stand it up, I think I'll be close enough. All right, let's have a look at her. This is bare bones. I've had my tape out. I want to give you some kind of ideas. It's 4 foot by 4 foot. It's 6 foot on one side and about 6'2" on the other. That gives your roof a little slope. And so what I've done is I've stripped all the self-tapping screws out, got all the plywood, the tin off. What I did was took a little, just a plastic brush. Wire brush would have been better, but I knocked all the crud off. You know, I ain't get it all, but I got a bunch of it. And I took some measurements so I kind of know about how much plywood I need, where my openings are going to be, anything I want to change about it. What I do have are some carpenter ants. And I think you can see some piling in. Those are the big black carpenter ants. And their nest is right here in this top hole. It's sealed on the bottom. Of course, it had a roof over it here. And they're living in that hole right there. So my plan is this. I'm going to go back to the house and I'm going to get every can of spray paint I got. I don't care what color it is. And I'm going to paint the inside of this frame before I put wood on it. Believe it or not, it took a long time to sit here and take all them screws out. A lot of them broke and you'd have to hit them with a hammer and break them off flush. The guy that built this, I love him to death. One of the finest men you'll ever meet in your life. But he used about 3 different size screw heads. So sometimes you was Phillips, sometimes you was 1/4 inch hex head, sometimes you was 5/16. So you never knew. I mean, so anyways, when I go back, I'm going to have all the same hex head. Well, I got some ant killer, ant and bug killer. But I also got some of this old wasp and hornet spray. It says it sprays 20 foot. This pipe's 6 foot long. Let's give them a little shot down to the far end. Oh, here they come. Here they come. Look at them piling out of the holes. Oh wow, I just sprayed that in there. Here it is hitting the far end. They're coming out with it all over them. I think we're doing some good. Let's do that again. Well, it's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning with a fresh coat of paint on it. You know, we just used the colors we had. We mainly worked on the top that we're going to deck later this week. We'll paint the bottom later. Let me show you what it'll look like. Well, yeah, I had to use white on the top where the roof goes and gray on the upside where, you know, nobody would see in, but I had a little bit of brown. So I did brown where the windows would be and black where they wouldn't be painted. But this Rust-Oleum red, that was an old can, but it was near full and it just sprayed and sprayed and sprayed. One little, maybe partial 1/4 of a can of black. I did the legs in a couple spots. I don't know. I really think, you know, you may see a little overspray, you know, just a touch of overspray in places, but overspray is by design. When I'm looking out here in nature, I'm not seeing hard lines. I'm fading from green to yellow to brown. What? It's preacher's day off, not preacher's painting body. In all seriousness though, the reason for the paint was just to slow down the rust. This is all going to be covered with plywood. But I brought down here 2, 4, 6, Hey, I brought at least 10 cans of paint with me. 3 of them I couldn't get nothing out of. That's what I wanted to do. I'm going to take all these cans that I couldn't spray and take them over to the shell pit. That way the next time we go to the shell pit shooting, we'll have some fresh targets to shoot at. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And y'all better be getting ready for deer season. It's going to be here before you know it.